Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. Don't mind my hair woke up. Today we're going to talk about some really weird, interesting rumors circulating around in Dead by Daylight in regards to upcoming content for new killers. This is an unconfirmed rumor, so make sure to take this with a massive grain of salt. This post is getting a lot of traction, and a lot of people are talking about this, so I kind of wanted to post a video to sort of just document this post's existence and kind of have it as a little placeholder for the future just to see if any of it comes true. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. I'm also live on Twitch right now streaming Dead by Daylight, link for that in the description below. So about 2 weeks ago, there was this DVD leak on 4chan, and this has actually since been deleted, and I wasn't able to find the original post. And then 7 days ago, someone came forward and said they were able to document it before it was deleted. 4chan Anon lists upcoming Dead by Daylight content. Probably fake, but interesting nonetheless. And that's kind of my thoughts on it too. This is probably fake, but interesting just to see and talk about and to document. I have a very reliable source that told me the upcoming chapters for Dead by Daylight. First off, the December chapter is based off of Phantom of the Opera / Banshee. Visually, she resembles the Phantom, but power-wise, she's a siren. And do you recall the December chapter is actually a full original chapter. She was a singer during the French Revolution and became the voice of the people. When the terror started, pro-revolutionary forces attempted to arrest her at a concert, and the ensuing riot caused a fire that burned her. Her power is a mix of sonar and using sound waves as a weapon. March is not Slender, Predator Jason, more on that later. It's Art the Clown from Terrifier. Next anniversary is Jurassic Park chapter. Behavior and Universal have a great relationship, and they were impressed by Chucky. The chapter is meant to also promote the new Jurassic Park film. The killer is the Indoraptor with Ian Malcolm as the survivor. The Walking Dead is in the works, but it's been put on hold until the roadmap frees up. Now for the bad news. Jason is not happening. The rights holders are attempting to bring back his game, and they see DBD as competition. I'm not sure if it's a sequel or a revival. I'd imagine they're still working on that. FNAF also won't happen. Behavior tried to add that, but Scott made negotiations difficult, if not possible. Behavior might try again, but don't expect it for at least 2 to 3 years. So definitely take this information with a grain of salt. These are unconfirmed things, but we can actually fact check these things as these chapters come out. So first and foremost, this person actually detailed the original chapter in December. So if the December chapter doesn't pretty closely follow what they're talking about here, we know that the entire thing is fake. So I find it interesting that they actually list a bunch of licenses to come into the game, but we're actually going to know by December if the whole thing is fake. They're saying that the March chapter is Art the Clown from Terrifier. We know that Steve Barton actually pretty much begged Matthew Cote on Twitter to add Art the Clown to Dead by Daylight. The license holder for Terrifier, Steve Barton, then went on to say that Art the Clown should be a standalone killer. Steve Barton also kind of said the clown is pretty boring, and people sort of consider that a possibly burning the bridge with Behavior saying something like that. I don't really think that burns the bridge from a business standpoint personally, but there you have it. This person is saying that the March chapter is Art the Clown. For me personally, that license does seem like one of the possibilities for the March chapter. The next anniversary being Jurassic Park would be kind of a crazy step for Behavior to take. We have seen Jurassic Park appear on a satisfaction survey for licenses that Behavior's asking if we want to see come into Dead by Daylight, but that license really is so far out in left field. It's hard for me to actually get behind that. Like, definitely I can't believe Jurassic Park is the anniversary until the first couple of things come true. Someone saying The Walking Dead is in the works and it's been put on hold until the roadmap frees up is something that could have been just speculated off of what Gumpy said. So like some of the fake things we've seen in the past that sort of stood on the shoulders of existing confirmed leaks and sort of just made things up to fill the gaps. So that could be one of the confirmed things that they're just throwing in there. I'm not really sure what to make of the whole Jason is not happening and the rights holder see Dead by Daylight as competition. As someone on the outside, it seems very difficult to know exactly how the license holders are viewing Dead by Daylight at this time. So we'll kind of just have to wait and see how licensing unfolds in the Jason Voorhees licensing space. Saying that Scott made negotiations difficult, if not impossible, for FNAF and Dead by Daylight kind of goes both ways. Like, something like that could be true. Scott Games Twitter actually tweeted out yesterday and actually changed the collaboration date for the FNAF 10-year anniversary from August 6th to August 5th. So to me, that kind of further confirms Fortnite as the possible collaboration here. This collaboration could be found a day early, just maybe so Fortnite data miners don't find the collaborations in the game files. That way, Scott and Fortnite can announce the collaboration a day early on their own terms. This credible Fortnite leak source said new update confirmed at August 6th. It's rumored to have FNAF and Fortnite collab since FNAF is announced that they'll have a secret collab on the same day. But we can actually see that Fortnite leakers and data miners are pretty convinced that this collaboration that FNAF is announcing is going to be for Fortnite. Someone commented and said, who is willing to bet it's not FNAF, and we're all coping for the 5th year in a row? Because people have wanted FNAF and Fortnite for a very long time. And Hypex said that's most likely what's going to happen. It's just crazy they have a collab announcement on that day out of any other day. And just going off the speculation that Scott has made negotiations difficult, as people on Reddit responded to this and said Scott being difficult to work with sounds insane. He isn't nearly as uptight about his IP as he was years ago, enough so that he has multiple newly hired studios to create games for his series. And then someone responded to this and said one of the worst kept secrets in the theme park community is FNAF fell through as a Halloween Horror Nights house at Universal Studios this year because of how controlling Scott was trying to be with the IP. To go into further perspective on this, Universal absolutely wanted it as their flagship house this year. When a license holder is being difficult, they won't hesitate to walk away from the table to begin work with more lenient license holders. In this year's case, Sony with The Conjuring and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and Paramount with A Quiet Place. And this was something that was actually rumored on Twitter February 20th of this year. According to Halloween Horror Nights Insider Legacy, current rumors suggest that Five Nights at Freddy's will not be coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year. And then obviously later this year, we got a confirmation of all of the Halloween Horror Nights houses right here, and Five Nights at Freddy's is not one of those houses. So it's interesting here that Scott making negotiations difficult could actually be a possibility in the space of Dead by Daylight. So we have all of this alleged information documented in this video. I'm really trying to pose this as a rumor that could definitely be fake, so take it with a massive grain of salt. The thing for me that most likely makes this thing fake, apart from Jurassic Park being an absolutely wild license for an anniversary chapter in Dead by Daylight, is the fact that this person seemingly forgot that there's an original Survivor paragraph coming in between the March license chapter and the anniversary chapter. This is information that was confirmed by Behavior Interactive during their anniversary and on their roadmap. That is simply just not showing up on this 4chan anonymous post. So take this information how you will. Another thing I wanted to talk about just in the space of possible new killers for Dead by Daylight is just the idea of an SCP killer. I saw this post on Twitter. This was from July 29, 2024. Wait, Behavior sponsored this YouTuber's SCP video. Probably doesn't mean much, but a girl can dream about getting an SCP killer. And they're talking about this really big YouTuber, IGP, with 3 million subscribers. This is a person who plays a variety of different horror video games. And on July 28th, they posted a video called "This SCP horror game is actually insane." It's amassed over 500,000 views in a very short amount of time. This is a huge content creator, and they got sponsored by Behavior Interactive. And this was the sponsorship that this person actually announced at the very beginning of the video.
But before we begin, a quick message from today's sponsor, Behavior Interactive, coming in with an exciting new Dead by Daylight update. Dead by Daylight is pretty much the indie horror game that heavily popularized the 1v4 survival genre. I mean, just look at the player counts over the years. It just keeps going up. And to spice things up, they just added a brand new mode to the game, which switches up the experience massively: the 2v8 mode. In the new 2v8 mode, there are now 2 killers and 8 survivors in a single match, which means as a killer, you no longer need to be a sad, pathetic, lonely killer. Now you can team up with another psychopath and add even more to your body count. With updated core mechanics and unique 2v8 perks to both survivors and killers, the 2v8 mode is an action-packed Dead by Daylight experience that is quite a breath of fresh air. The game mode is available right now until August 8th, and it's free for this weekend only. So use my link in the description below to start playing right now. Thanks again to Behavior Interactive for sponsoring today's video. I hope you enjoyed the new 2v8 mode, and let's get back to the video.
So people are asking the question, why would Behavior reach out and actually want to sponsor an SCP video? Obviously, these are horror video gamers. There's an overlapping audience. But people are wondering if it's possible if they're starting to market SCP properties because they're going to be bringing in a new killer that's either an official SCP chapter or is based off of SCP. For those of you that don't know what the SCP Foundation is, this is a fictional organization featuring stories created by the SCP Wiki. So SCP is a secret organization that's responsible for capturing, containing, and studying various paranormal, supernatural, and other mysterious phenomena. So the way I kind of see it is sort of a wiki for fictional monsters. And these monsters are featured in SCP video games. In terms of licensing an SCP Foundation, the SCP website and its contents are under Creative Commons license, and none of the characters or assets associated with it are trademarked by the Foundation itself. These are actually some of the monsters that are featured for SCP. These are some of the more famous ones, and people have wanted these SCP properties in Dead by Daylight for a very long time, and it seems like a lot of these could work as potential killers. Like aesthetically and thematically, they seem like they'd work really well in Dead by Daylight. There really is a long list of SCP characters though, as you can see right here. This is only just part of the list. Actually, there's much more than this. SCP is essentially just a giant wiki of monsters. In order to license an SCP property into a video game, you have to attribute the works that you're using to the wiki into the specific author if possible. So pretty much it looks like you just have to sort of cite your source. Then you have to add the Creative Commons attribution, share alike 3.0 license. And this is how it's abbreviated right here. It also says down here, do not sell anything related to SCP-173's former image, Azumi Kaito's Untitled 2024. This image is not released under Creative Commons. Commercial use of this property may result in serious legal action against the seller. So there's one SCP property actually that people are not allowed to use, and it's this one right here. And I believe there's actually been legal disputes about people trying to use this specific version of SCP, and this one is simply one that's not covered by Creative Commons. Under Creative Commons, you're free to share, copy, and redistribute the material of any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially. So that right there kind of covers a Dead by Daylight chapter, and Behavior can use Creative Commons to sort of license in any other SCP property. Adapt, remix, transform, and build upon the material for any purpose, even commercially. Under Creative Commons, it seems like Dead by Daylight could transform SCP characters into their own original characters. The licensor cannot revoke these freedoms as long as you follow the license terms. Under the following terms, attribution, you must give appropriate credit. You have to provide a link to the license and indicate if changes were made. If you remix, transform, or build upon the material, you must distribute your contributions under the same license as the original. So the fact that Dead by Daylight sponsored a really big SCP content creators Let's Play video, people are wondering if SCP could potentially be coming into Dead by Daylight. So that's probably one of the theories that's going to be floating around for the next original chapter in this game. In regards to new killer news and rumors, there's one more thing that I wanted to add onto this video, and it's about Slenderman. The person who actually DM'd Blue Owl Studios about Slenderman and DBD, and supposedly received a message from Blue Owl Studios saying that they had reached out to Behavior for Slenderman, has actually contacted me with some information. At first, I thought this screenshot was real, and then I thought the screenshot was fake. When they contacted me, they are now saying that the screenshot was real, and then Blue Owl Studios unsent the message. If that was the case, which, like, you know, the whole thing could be edited and photoshopped, I don't really know. That would mean that Blue Owl Studios would have unsent this message between 12:19 and 2:59. And I'm told that this was actually 12:19 a.m. and 2:59 a.m. UK time. That's what this person is actually saying happened. I can't really confirm that. But this person, Archie, who reached out to Blue Owl Studios, contacted me and said that this is actually not fake. I can't really tell. There's no way to actually confirm if it's real or not. But if Blue Owl Studios did unsend this message, they're now responding to people who are messaging them about the screenshot saying that it's a fake screenshot. That would mean that Blue Owl Studios is actually lying to people about that response, and I don't know how much I believe that. It really is just a cluster of rumors. It could be edited. That could actually be the legitimate timeline. I'm not really sure. And just a reminder, my intention is not to like slander anyone. I'm just kind of after the truth in a lot of these situations. And if I'm unsure if something is true or not, I try to make that apparent. There are certainly people in the community that I trust more than others. So sometimes maybe it's hard for me to leave my bias out of a situation, but I do my best to have a non-biased perspective on things and let my subscribers and my viewers kind of make the decision for themselves. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. At the very least, we've documented all of it in this video, and it will always be here. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. And a reminder, I'm also live on Twitch right now streaming Dead by Daylight. Link for that in the description below. That does it for this video. Goodbye.